Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Nicole. Today we have just Laszlo with us, taking a little relaxing snooze here. Molly's didn't want to join us at the moment. She's enjoying the sunshine outside. I don't blame her. We'll be joining her pretty soon. But anyway, wanted to talk today about acceptance and maybe get to forgiveness, but that might be two separate videos because that's two pretty big topics. But I wanted to talk first about acceptance. And now I'm coming from the lens of being a child of a disordered personality person. So what I mean by acceptance is fully accepting that the way you were raised or not raised, in some ways, maybe you were raised with physical needs, definitely not emotional needs in my case, and even some physical needs were just bizarre in how I was taught and raised. But coming to the acceptance that how you were raised was dysfunctional at best, was not normal. And I can't even fully tell you what normal is, other than what appears to me would be having those emotional conversations with your children, not being malicious intent behind that the love was conditional transactions just to supply the disordered personality, not true unconditional love and caring. It was all about how it would benefit her. So that's what I mean by normal versus abnormal, like from Young Frankenstein. Fully accepting that how you were raised, and it's a hard pill to swallow, very hard, that what you thought was love, and love, how we're taught in the society, and how between movies and religion and commercials, etc., products, etc., 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 it's all propaganda where it's taught that this love is supposed to look in a certain way, right? And it's a multitude of ways, but it's supposed to look in certain ways. But it's all conditional. But we're supposed to do, we're supposed to get unconditional love, right? What we think from especially from our mom. We have that neurological connection. We're in her body for just about 10 months. So we automatically come out and expect unconditional love, where in my case, it was definitely not unconditional. It was everything conditions on how it would benefit her, like I said. So full-on acceptance of recognizing that you did grow up in dysfunction, and accepting that doesn't mean you have to be okay with it. It kind of sucks. I mean, there was plenty of times where I thought, gosh, I felt like I got the shit out of the stick. Just really the crappy hand of cards, because I didn't know any better, but I didn't get a good deck of cards I didn't get the unconditional love like you would expect from your mom or your dad, your parents. So accepting that's what is, and And acceptance, and that's where it comes into the forgiveness piece. Just because you accept it doesn't mean you have to forgive the abuser, because it is abuse. At least in my case, there was some physical abuse, but more the emotional and mental abuse, for sure. So the forgiveness, I firmly believe, and that belief could change over time, but as of right now, I'm recording this, I believe that we don't have to forgive those with malicious intent, their demonic ways. Where the forgiveness comes in is we can tend to be hard on ourselves for not knowing and not having trouble accepting that, well, frankly, our childhood was effed up. You know, even our adulthood has been effed up. And the forgiveness is for ourselves, that we didn't know. Sometimes we don't know what we don't know. And when we can accept that, it means we're accepting ourselves. And then we can forgive ourselves. But it's not about forgiving that disordered person. Doesn't feel right. That feels like, well, it feels heavy to me to forgive those who knowingly hurt people. And I know there's the saying out there that hurt people hurt people. I think I've said that before. No, that's not accurate. We're human beings. We have trauma. But not everyone takes their trauma and hurts others. If they do, sometimes it could be unknowingly because they're in their state of fear or, in a full-on trigger. I'm talking about the people with the disorder. They maliciously know. They absolutely know what they're doing. And they hurt. That's not hurt people hurting people. That's someone who is wired that way from birth. And that might cause a little bit of rift, but just sharing from my perspective as a child of a disordered parent. So can I forgive that when they're maliciously doing it? Hell no. Nope. And so be it. So if you give yourself permission that if you can accept that that's how you grew up, that the only person you have to forgive in the scenario is you. It's not the parent or parents, if they're both disordered, which is possible. So another heavy topic there today, but felt important to share that. So, with no further ado, I hope you enjoy your day, and we'll talk real soon. Take care.